next on the agenda is the hook lift truck. So after much negotiation back and forth, and I will clarify that it is in the purview of the Board of Selectmen to make this decision based on the bids that were provided. The Public Works Commission did go through the process and choose a truck based on the bids that came in. And again, I'm going to clarify that the Public Works Commission is only advisory, so they're advising us. It is in full purview of this board to make that decision and move it to the Board of Finance. So I would like to accept the proposal for the...
Oh, never mind, go ahead.
The name of the truck, so the right one.
Motion at the bottom of the first page of the
Yeah, I'm just reading this. That they've accepted the Hartford PC Freightliner to include the Freightliner truck trade-in for a total of $201,258.40, and all were in favor for that one from the Public Works. So the add-on, I thought they did the add-on.
That was a separate motion because it is an add-on. I'm gonna, if I'm allowed through to talk.
Please,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just, I know you want to make a motion second so that you can do it.
Well, can we do this in two motions, or in one motion, and with the add-on for the,
I would do that, to be honest with you,
The
I'd do the first
Hartford,
one first.
pardon?
I would do the first one and have that discussion.
Hear from Pete first,
Yeah.
please.
You're actually not hearing from me, Phil, because we actually refused to make a recommendation to the Public Works Commission.
Oh,
And I was
So
there.
Carol was there,
I was
and
there, I witnessed the whole thing, and refused to participate.
absolutely
in the
refused to
discussion,
tell them one way or another what to buy.
As did Todd.
What we did though was, the Public Works Commission, as you have said, is made up of people in the business, from a variety of different businesses. Some of them are business owners and operate heavy equipment in town, some of them do other things. We presented the bids as received. We made no recommendation for one vehicle or the other. We actually only answered questions that were raised. We told them it was their decision. We had no preference at that point in time. What they did was they went and reviewed the serviceability of the trucks in the past and moving forward. And they made their decision based on their discussion. It had really very little, if anything, to do with either Todd or myself. Carol was there and witnessed the whole thing. So you are back to where the Public Works Commission has been since day one. And Carol heard the whole, it was an hour and a half, almost 2 hours of discussion, back and forth.
wow.
Well,
Yeah.
like I said, we were very neutral through the whole process. Didn't present any paperwork other than what you have in front of you.
This was it.
Didn't present anything else other than that. And they went back and forth and held an animated discussion based on what they had as knowledge, based on what they know as previous knowledge, and based on what they think is in the best interest of the town.
Can I add something?
Sure, you can do anything you want.
So at that point, after the presentation of these and the information behind these three bids, the three board members, who were Mike Hesser, Brian Manware, and Art Keever, they broke into separate discussion about what they would like to see here. And although the prices vary, there are features to the recommended vehicle that, because the vehicle that the board recommended is not the least expensive one, but there are features to that bid that make it more attractive than the lower bid, and one of those is that the warranty is included. It's 5 years bumper to bumper, plus the manufacturer will come down, and if there's ever any issue with the truck, they will pick up the truck, bring it to Hartford, and deliver it back, which is a great savings to the town because you're not taking two guys out of the department to drive the truck up, sit there, wait, come back, or if the truck has to stay there. That's a big difference in the expense between the international, which is the lower price, and the Freightliner. They've had experience with, oh wait a minute, no, that's the other one. Basically, the Freightliner is set up in the way that is most familiar with the department. They have, how many Freightliners do you have already?
Well, I have 4 in service right now.
Okay, 4 in service right now, and their average age is 24 years. These things last forever. I mean, they're about 24 years old. They last forever. There was a lot of, I mean, these are experienced truck guys, and they thought the Freightliner was the truck that would best meet the needs of the town for the longest time period. The difference in price between, right now we're just looking at the truck with including the Freightliner trade, the difference is $9,000. If you break that down over the 20 years life expectancy, that's not going over and above. This ones we have now are 24 years. That's a $500 a year difference. If you break out the cost of one trip to Hartford for service, that would more than cover that $500 differential in the yearly price of the vehicle. So that's what I wanted to say.
Christine?
Yeah.
I would like to move that we accept the low bidder, Heinz Brothers International, for this particular purchase.
And your reasoning?
Well, it's the low bidder. My reason. You know, I've had some short discussions myself, and I kind of concluded, I'm hearing something a little bit different today. There wasn't a lot of difference between the two. There's some advantages to the Freightliner, but I think the total difference here is $14,773. I just,
Where's she now?
Can I ask you whether you participated last night in the meeting? Did you go to the meeting last night?
no, I did not.
Can I ask you a question though? This one doesn't have a warranty, it has a warranty, correct?
They're both guaranteed the same.
No, okay.
What the issue is, the Public Works Commission, and Phil, I told you this, I can't speak on the serviceability and I can't speak on the experience. I didn't speak on the experience we've had with both types of vehicles. The Public Works Commission did take that into consideration. And they made, and you can change that. You can buy either one. I'm not gonna sit here and argue that, but you tell us to go back to the Public Works Commission, and I think you told us to go back quite frankly, because you thought you were gonna get a decision. So that's why everybody wants, well, no, don't tell me that, because that's what everybody said. So we went back 4 times, we bid it twice, we go on to state purchasing 3 times, and we did what you asked us to do. We sent it back to the Public Works Commission. You could have come to that meeting, but Carol did come. We did not make any recommendation one way or the other. They have chosen that truck. You, as a Board of Selectmen, can change that. And we're not gonna argue with you about it.
Can I ask you a question though? The extended warranty on the truck, you just said it cost $3,000.
Well, because in order to compare the truck to truck, we had to add certain things back into
So
the
this-
engine.
the extended warranty.
It's like the electronics packages, Freightliner's electronics are designed differently than international.
And there's other things.
So in order to make them equal, we had to spend $3,000.
Yeah, so it's an extra $6,000.
I mean, you can do whatever you want. That's the recommendation of the Public Works Commission. You want to turn that around, just make sure that you know what you're turning around.
Okay,
I'm
so
pretty sure you told me either one would do the job.
We did.
And
Carol was there. We told them either one would do the
a
job.
little better.
We told them they were both capable. We told them they were both acceptable to the department. They made the decision.
There's a motion on the floor.
We have a second.
Who seconded it?
Nobody.
Huh?
All right, motion fails.
Oh, nobody.
Oh, wait. Well, did you ask if anybody wants a second?
I did.
Oh,
Just did.
sorry.
All right, do we have another motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept the Freightliner bid as recommended by the Public Works Commission
That's
In
which
the
one?
amount, in the amount of,
in the amount of, is it 212,000?
What is one?
201,258.44.
Thought it was the other one.
It's a Hartford PC, you just have to,
Oh,
as
yeah.
opposed to the Hartford, you know.
Oh, yeah.
One of
I'll second.
All right, further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Nay.
Did you both say aye? And one opposed. All right,
I just want to say, I was not implying there was any undue influence from Department of Public Works on this truck bid.
You can say that, but there are things being put out into social media, and there's things being put on YouTube that, counter what you're saying, not from you specifically.
Well, all I can talk about is me. You were looking at me. You were
Well,
pointing at me.
to be honest with you, Phil, I
You're
don't want to
pointing at
argue
me.
about it. I'm just gonna tell you the way I feel.
all right, let's have a
That's
conversation
fine.
about it
Okay.
after.
I'm not on social
Done.
media,
Done.
number one.
Offline.
Done, offline, thank you. So as you know, I have a retirement letter from our Director of Public Works, Pete Neff, and I'm going to read it into the record. Please be advised I'll be retiring as Director of Public Works effective August 31st, 2018. Over the past 10 years, the mission of the Department of Public Works has changed drastically. This has led to the cost savings across multiple budgets, and departments continues to seek cost savings and increase efficiencies to benefit the town. I am willing to stay at your request as a consultant beyond the indicated date to assure the completion of the following projects: the Firehead Bulkheads, DPW Field Farm, the Morgan Sidewalk, Peters Complex concession, the Lucha Project, and the Cream Pot Pedestrian Bridge Project, the Elliott Roofing School projects. These are currently in process and in some cases are grant dependent. Due to my involvement in these projects over the past years, it would be difficult to transition these projects to a new person. During my remaining time, I'll be working on completion of the following project: digitizing all remaining engineering and survey documentation, preparing all service bids that are due to be sent out in April of 2019, cleaning up of electronic filing systems, completing the GIS project, and completing the document management. Sincerely, Pete Neff, Director of Public Works. I'd like to thank Pete for his considerable energy in changing the direction of the department, and my short amount of time here, being somebody who is always at beck and call for any situation, regardless of whether it falls under his purview or not. So I thank you.
Well, I agree.
Ditto. Can we get a copy of that letter, please?
Yeah, I just got it, so.
Yeah, I know. I'll make sure it's, I
Can I
want to
make
read
a
it.
motion not to accept his resignation?
You could, but
Good.
Yeah.
It won't change much.
I've always felt that Pete is the binder. Everybody else is a page in the notebook, and Pete is the binder. He's the one who knows everything. He's been the chair of the board, he was the chair of the Board of Finance for how long?
7 years.
And during that time, budgets were effective, analyzed, scrutinized, down to the,
I'll throw another word.
Nitty-gritty. huh?
They were put forth by both parties. There was a
Yeah.
lot of concessions and compromising, and a lot of negotiations.
He just has so much experience in so many aspects of town, and I can't imagine what it's going to be without Pete now standing
Somebody
behind.
to this place.
Okay, I'm sorry, Pete.
Well, like I said, I'm staying, I've offered to stay and finish out stuff that I know is sensitive to funding outside of the town. And there are projects that I started, and so I don't feel comfortable leaving those behind, so I have offered to do that, which I will follow through on. The next round of projects are in process, but they're a lot easier to transition at that point. than-
Just goes to show your level of commitment, because anybody else would be, their suitcase would be in the trunk on September 1st. Thank you.
Well,
Yeah, thank you for your.
some people do that, I'm sure. So, we'll go from there.
Those people
His
don't.
wife has the suitcase in the trunk, he doesn't.
I got golf clubs in my trunk.
Yeah. Here comes me.
Do we have a motion?
Well, I'll move we accept, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Second, I guess.
Discussion. All in favor?
All right,
I guess.
Reluctantly.
Carol said it all.
Are you gonna say no?
I would like to say no. I know what this represents, and it's terrible. It's not the best thing for Clinton.
Okay, should we bring it to